before the highways, before the cement, before the oil boom, there was red earth. It stains the shoes of school children. It coats the wheels of market trucks. It hardens into the walls of homes. Across Nigeria, it lies exposed, quiet, ordinary, overlooked. But this red soil is not just dirt. It is rock transformed by time. It is climate written in iron. It is the silent foundation of a nation. This is laterite, and beneath its dust lies a story millions of years old. To understand laterite, we must first go beneath it. Nigeria rests on some of the oldest rocks in Africa. Across regions like Jos Plateau, Ibadan, Abuja, Enugu, the land is underlain by Precambrian crystalline basement rocks, granite, gneiss, schist, some over 600 million years old. These rocks were born in tectonic collisions long before Nigeria had a name. They were uplifted, folded, compressed, crystallized deep beneath ancient mountain belts. But laterite does not form deep underground. It forms at the surface, and that requires stability. For millions of years, large parts of Nigeria remain tectonically quiet. No dramatic mountain building. No deep burial. Just exposure. Exposure to sun. Exposure to rain. Exposure to tropical climate. And that is where the transformation begins. Laterite is not deposited. It is created. When rainwater falls, it does not simply wet the ground. It infiltrates. It seeps into microscopic fractures within rock. And tropical rain is not pure water, it carries dissolved carbon dioxide, forming weak carbonic acid. That acid begins dissolving minerals. Feldspar breaks down. Silica dissolves. Calcium and sodium are leached away. Over thousands, then millions of years. The most soluble elements disappear. What remains are the most resistant oxides. Iron, aluminum. Iron oxidizes. Rust forms. And the rock turns red. This process, called laterization, is extreme chemical weathering. It only happens under high temperature, heavy seasonal rainfall, strong drainage, long-term landscape stability. Laterite is not quick soil. It is geological patience. Laterite tells a climate story. If we find ancient laterite layers buried in rock sequences, we know something powerful. That region was once tropical. Laterite is a paleoclimate indicator. In Nigeria, its widespread presence means one thing. For vast stretches of geological time, this land sat within warm, humid belts. The red earth beneath Nigeria is climate memory preserved in oxide. It is evidence that the tropics have ruled here for millions of years. Across Nigeria's rural landscape, laterite is infrastructure. It forms road subbases, embankments, landfills, foundations. Nearly every unpaved rural road in southern Nigeria depends on laterite. Why? Because it is local. Because it is affordable. Because when compacted properly, it is strong. In dry season, laterite roads harden like stone. They carry trucks, buses, commerce. They connect farmers to markets. They connect villages to cities. Without laterite, many communities would be physically isolated. The red earth is not glamorous. but it is connectivity. But laterite has a vulnerability: water. When saturated, lateritic soil loses shear strength. It softens. Under load, it deforms. This is why many rural roads collapse during rainy seasons. Not always because of poor construction, but because drainage is neglected. Laterite demands respect. It requires proper compaction, effective drainage systems, sometimes stabilization with lime or cement. When engineered correctly, it performs. When ignored, it fails. Laterite is honest material. It reflects how well we understand it. Long before cement blocks dominated construction, laterite built Nigeria. Freshly quarried laterite is soft. It can be cut into rectangular blocks. Left exposed to air, it hardens. Its name comes from Latin later, brick. Laterite walls breathe. They regulate temperature. They are cooler in heat. They are affordable. They are sustainable. In an age of rising cement prices, laterite may offer low-carbon housing alternatives. The earth itself can still shelter its people. Laterite is not just construction material. Globally, lateritic deposits are major sources of bauxite, aluminum ore, nickel, cobalt. Countries like Guinea and Australia export billions of dollars worth of lateritic minerals. Nigeria possesses lateritic profiles. But large-scale industrial extraction remains limited. Could the red earth hold strategic battery minerals? Possibly. But exploration requires geological mapping, environmental safeguards, responsible mining policies. Laterite could become more than road fill. It could become resource strategy. In areas like Anambra State, lateritic soils face a different threat: erosion. When vegetation is removed and drainage unmanaged, tropical rainfall attacks exposed laterite. Water cuts channels. Channels widen into gullies. Gullies deepen into ravines. Homes collapse. Roads vanish. Land disappears. Laterite is stable when protected by vegetation. Strip away that protection, and the red earth yields. Erosion is not just geological. It is social. It displaces families, destroys livelihoods, consumes infrastructure. Laterite mining often leaves open pits. These pits alter natural drainage patterns. During rainy season, they fill with stagnant water. They become mosquito breeding grounds. They create safety hazards. Without land reclamation laws and enforcement, landscapes remain wounded. The red earth can build, but extraction without restoration destroys. The solution is not abandoning laterite. It is understanding it. Geotechnical studies show laterite stabilized with lime improves strength significantly. Cement-treated laterite can support heavier loads. Drainage systems extend road life dramatically. Nigeria does not lack material. It must refine technique. The red earth can be modern if science leads construction. Oil dominates Nigeria's economic narrative. Gold attracts headlines. But laterite quietly supports daily life. It is abundant, accessible, democratic. It belongs to everyone. And yet, because it is common, it is undervalued. The paradox of laterite. It is everywhere, and therefore overlooked. Laterite formed because climate was stable. Now climate is changing. Rainfall patterns shift. Extreme weather intensifies. What happens to lateritic soils under heavier storms? Erosion risk increases. Infrastructure vulnerability grows. Understanding laterite is not academic. It is preparation. It is resilience planning. Millions of years ago, rain began dissolving granite. It did not know it was creating roads. It did not know it was shaping villages. It did not know it would support a nation. Laterite is geology slowed to human scale. It is climate turned solid. It is foundation without recognition. The next time red dust rises beneath your feet, remember, you are walking on time, on weather, on chemistry, on history. The red earth beneath Nigeria is not ordinary soil. It is the story of a nation written in iron. Laterite, the red earth that built Nigeria.